able to get your money and survive.
Can OG get the song out? Can OG finish the lyrics? Can OG perform for an hour or however long this will be? But you know what? I think another interesting wild card that's at play is obviously this is being streamed on Apple Music, Complex, versus it's also happening live. So there's a live audience to play to. And Birdman has been on tour with NBA YoungBoy all year, for the latter half of this year once this tour started. So, and Birdman's been around YoungBoy for a minute, so he knows how to appeal to the younger audience who is definitely here live because Complex kind of brings a wide swath of age ranges, but there's a lot of...
it's young heads.
There's a lot of kids my age.
The YNs is heavy.
There's YNs, there's the mid to late 20-year-olds who are in midlife crisis mode. There's a lot of people out there, so I think that Birdman could appeal to that. What do you think?
Right. What'd you guys say back there in the booth? We didn't catch that.
See, I'm yapping, my fault.
No, I ain't you. I think they gave us a word. We're trying to figure out when this thing is about to pop off. Complex Con. Myself, Ebro, this is Jordan, repping Complex. I'm repping Apple Music. We done a collab to bring y'all this event right here. So we're going to be going to the stage at some point. It was supposed to begin at 5 o'clock. We are now approaching that time, and I'm hearing that they are not ready.
Oh, is that a surprise?
They won't hit the 5 o'clock mark, so y'all got us for the next little while as we give you commentary and update you. We are on Apple Music. We are on Instagram. You and I had a convo before we started here today, approaching that just specifically about the NBA YoungBoy movement and the contribution of Birdman just in general to hip-hop over the last
a lot.
What we talking, 30? 30?
Yeah.
More? We 35?
Yeah. I mean, if you count since the real inception of Cash Money, like 92, we're past over 3 decades worth of free game.
And he's still here right now, bringing one of the hottest rappers in the game, in streaming, on concert tickets selling out. Like, that is honestly a story that needs to be told.
I'm going to keep it a bean. I'm going to keep it 100. Even as someone who's 26. By the way, I was born in January 99, so I'm basically born in 98.
Yeah, but
my birthday, January 9, 1999. So I'm a 1798 baby. Does that really change things? I don't know. But as someone who's on the younger side, I still wasn't a believer in YB until I went to the show in Brooklyn. And I saw...
Just recently?
Yeah.
Yo, you worse than me. And the NBA YoungBoy fans be trying to eat me
I wasn't.
Here's
the difference between you and me, though. I wasn't... And not to say you was hating. I was never hating on YB. I understood why people mess with him, but I myself was never a believer in it.
Okay.
But after I went
saw it in action.
And I saw Birdman in backstage too, moving around, making sure everything was straight. Once I seen it, it's like, it's probably, to be honest... To bring it back to you, it's probably what it was like for a lot of people in their 20s when Cash Money and No Limit was coming out and Birdman and the Hot Boys was performing in New Orleans. Like, the energy that the youth have for this person is different. And the way that they come out, buy tickets, put butts in seats, it's different, bro.
Yeah. So wait, you was about to say I was hating on NBA YoungBoy.
I didn't know. I won't say you was hating.
Well, tell me
OG,
what's that?
Listen, OG.
You know me, man. Don't give me extra time on the mic. We'll get to mixing it up tonight.
I don't think you was hating. Maybe you just need to see him live.
Wait, but I don't even understand what the premise of this is. What did I say or do that didn't show him love?
That's why I said, based on your immediate reaction to when I said that I was late to YoungBoy, you was like, I thought you worse than me.
Yeah.
I don't think you was hating, but maybe you still are late to the program.
Well, no, I wasn't late to him. Birdman put me onto him a while ago when I saw the talent. I think the discrepancy that I had was the magnitude of his movement.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Not whether or not it was talented or whether he had fans, but there's levels in the game, right? So his fan base is on some, he's the greatest rapper to ever touch a microphone.
Right.
And it's emotional and it's great and all of that. And I hear it and I agree with them. I do think that what he's doing is a specific sound and niche that doesn't necessarily cross over to all hip-hop audiences.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe they interpret that analysis as hate, which you know how the internet go. If you don't agree with what the internet's saying, you're a hater. maybe that's where it comes from. I'm not quite sure. But I do see and understand his magnitude. But I compare him like we should do when you get to a certain tier in this game. We compare, there's no exception. I'm putting you next to, if you think you're on the level, I'm putting you, NBA YoungBoy, next to Drake, next to Kendrick, and I'm comparing the music, the sounds, the reach, all of it. I'm looking the lyrical content. I'm looking at all of it. There, you know, when you're in this hip hop game and you reach a certain echelon, you don't get a carve out. You don't get graded on a curve. Yeah. You want to be the great? We put you right next to the greats.
So you finna go play that?
Look, you made a great point. When people disagree with your opinion, they just immediately cast it into the realm of hate.
Absolutely. And listen, if I was me or if I wasn't me, I'd call me a hater too.
But look, trust me, I get it because I read every comment under every video I do, which isn't healthy, but I like it. And I do see whenever you can be a hater if you don't like something today but like it tomorrow, they'll still call you a hater or they call you that you know what I mean.
You ain't doing your job in this business if you just trying to be agreeable with everyone. Like, we're not, as human beings, we ain't all going to like the same things at the same times or ever, right? So that's just the nature of the game. But tonight here at Versus, we will see some legends.
Yeah, we will.
With hit songs that transcended hip-hop. They were bigger than just hip-hop records. When we, listen, I have to imagine Juvenile is doing Back That Ass Up. Like, if that doesn't happen, like, what are we even doing? I might run on stage, tap Manny Fresh, and be like, play that song right now. What the fuck is going on? If it don't happen towards the end of the set, because that's probably where they're going to put it.
Yeah.
Back That Ass Up. 90-year-old grandmothers at bar mitzvahs, weddings, and, whatever. The senior citizens' homes. Mm-hmm. That's how big we talking when we talk about the greatest ever.
They didn't even give me a
transcending all genres of music. People who don't even like hip-hop know what Back That Ass Up is. That's how big that shit is.
But let me flip the script on you. Speaking on transcending hip-hop, or more so transcending time, on the No Limit side of things, you have a record like Freak Hoes, which Master P joint, that Future used for a hit record decades later, that's still played today, that many people in younger audiences know, that I definitely think that they're gonna play. And that's a joint that I think even might surprise some people who aren't familiar with No Limit's catalog.
Do you believe that people know and they made that tie? Is that common knowledge?
I don't wanna disrespect my Adrians, because I think that we're smarter than a lot of people give us credit for. I think that the younger hip hop listeners are smarter.
He's saying y'all don't know.
Nah.
That was his way of saying, yo, my age range be fucking up and don't know the way shit go together.
See how we put words in people's mouths, Cap? That's not what I was saying. I was saying they don't give us our credit, because I think that my generation...
You know that.
Facts.
You know it. You should have just unequivocally said, absolutely they know.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But you went and did all these disclaimers and caveats. So I had to assume that you was covering for somebody.
You gave me the political answer on who was going to win, so I had to give you a political answer back.
Here we go. I was just making sure we, kept artists wanting to be involved in verses, because, that's always the tenuous situation.
Yeah.
Is that who wants to go up there and lose?
But hip-hop's core tenet is the battle, right?
Listen. Let's not get into...
Am I bugging?
No, you're absolutely right. But let's not get into the core tenets of hip-hop and act like where we are in the timeline and trajectory of our culture that we love so much, that we are paying attention to tenets all the time.
And they're being upheld, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So there are individuals in the hip-hop game from yesteryear and today who do not want to engage in that lyrical performance warfare, right?
Yeah.
And when you tell them, yo, but that's a core tenet of hip-hop, is the battle, they gonna be like, I give a fuck. I'm not getting up there to lose.
But look, maybe, I do think Versus is a platform that is open to any era of artists, but you also have to acknowledge the fact that battles like this only work because these crews have been gone.
Celebrations like this.
Celebrations like this only work because there's 3 decades worth of music to pull from. So it lends itself to artists and crews that have been around longer. So I wouldn't even imagine like throw out your current day rapper versus current day rapper even making sense because of what's required to do a versus in the first place. You know.
While we have a beat right here, we go back to the production truck. Do you guys have any intel? I think another miss going forward.
This Birdman skipping his meds.
Yes. One of the misses going forward. Or one of the misses tonight that may be going forward is maybe we need another correspondent. Maybe there's like a backstage correspondent that could give us updates on how artists are flowing and moving towards the stage type of vibe.
Is that too much of a peeling back the curtain though? Because, you know, OGs, they got
No, don't interview them or talk to them or go in their dressing room. Not saying that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay.
I'm saying just, hey, let's go back there and see if they see any movement towards the stage.
Like,
what are they seeing? Are they moving in that direction? Because like right now, I think we have an update that No Limit is going towards the stage. They have started walking towards the stage. So that's a good sign.
Yes.
So they'll be ready to go. But just having a correspondent back there, not to do too much.
Fair.
Just give us a little intel.
Fair NBA type, where it's like, you know, you got like the tunnel reporter who.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, as Steph is running out onto the court.
This is versus, right? It is versus. It is kind of a sport aesthetic.
Man, but look, I'm excited to see, as we found out that No Limit is walking out, I'm excited to see who's about to come out on the stage. Because even, you know, shout out to Mia X, I think a very underrated member of the crew. There's a joint of Mia X's that I really hope she does. I'll Take Your Man 97, which the City Girls flipped on their well-known record, I'll Take Your Man. So I think that joint will also set it off.
Which you know is a salt and pepper joint.
Oof.
I'll Take Your Man, Queens. What up?
Just took it back another step.
Yeah.
Hip-hop, yo, shout out to Mike, New York rapper Rap Mike. He just did an interview where he said that hip-hop is just a long conversation that gets more interesting every year.
That's right.
And I think what you just said.
And that convo is, and I, you know, I can speak to this because there was a time where the OGs wasn't, the OG musicians and songwriters and songmakers weren't very happy with hip-hop and what sampling and technology was doing to music, and these young kids taking and sampling and redoing and looping and making new things. But I think the 30,000-foot view of that is, this is what has kept generations learning. You bringing up the Future song. That goes back to the No Limit song, that convo we just had about the City Girls, Mia X, Salt and Pepper. That's generational conversations, right, that keeps us, and it keeps us connected. What you said, like you said, that story, and also keeps communities and families sharing, right? Because that's another piece of the hip-hop experience. It's very communal. It's very much about the black music experience, black communities, and being able to have platforms and places to tell stories. So I love that you brought that up.
And it's fun at on the Versus platform because, like, you think back to like Lil Jon, T-Pain, and I know it's kind of different now because it's a live setup, but it's like, I loved how we would learn things about classic records through the verses. Lil Jon talking about the bed squeak.
Stress you out sometimes.
Oh, it was an actual a chair squeak that he used as a sound effect on the record. And it's like just those little details that you learn from these OGs performing these classic records live. And they're still going up. You hear this? They're still going crazy out there.
They partying crazy in there right now. I was checking my texts, see what kind of shit they was talking on the internet, see if any of my teams was giving me updates about if we doing a good job or a bad job. Right here, Complex Con on Apple Music and on Complex, on all the platforms associated. We are live right here, side stage, where they are about to do this No Limit Cash Money Versus. This is bringing Versus back into the mainstream conversation after a hiatus of how long?
Y'all boys go look at my YouTube.
I think it was 3 years because they did do some R&B verses, and I want to say 21 or 22. I think the last one was the Ray J and like that whole, like, it was like a few of them in the Ray J, Mario, all of those R&B legends doing theirs. I think that was the last one. So it's been a while.
2023?
22, 23, around there. So it's been a few years. Definitely this is a crazy way to bring it back. and a historic way. Because look, Master P told me
maybe taking a step outside of hip hop and R&B, right, where you get into dance hall, or you get into reggaeton, or you get into some of these other sounds that are cousins. You know, even the grime scene in the UK, maybe we pull off something over there, you know what I mean, where we get into some of these other sounds, and it's an opportunity for those of us here, especially in North America, to learn about some of the other things that maybe we're not paying attention to, and even fans of hip-hop, because hip-hop is so vast and so big, who are fans of other genres and other sounds, to give that stuff shine as well. So I think the cadence going forward, from what I can tell, Complex, Swizz, and the whole Versus family, is about trying to figure out how we keep this going, right? And that'll be the real testament going forward, is will people want to participate? Do artists see the value in showing love to the fan base in this way? Because I think that's what some artists get stuck on making sure that it's the right look for them, making sure that it's not a win-loss kind of scenario, making sure that it's a respectful environment and it's all about love, right? Because nobody wants to see this dovetailing into anything else other than a celebration, right? Of their catalog, of the fans, of them as artists.